Hi, I'm Chris.
I'm Dan.
We're two guys.
One beer with guest Terry Dunfield. Welcome, Terry.
Welcome back, Terry.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me back on. I feel honored. We've got a little bit of a live studio audience here. And,
it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Excited to talk shop.
Talk shop with beer.
Wouldn't be a two guys, one beer episode without it.
Paper Moon Brut IPA. There you go.
Oh, beautiful.
Don't go without.
Oh, that's off my neck.
Make you look lazy.
From Muddy York Brewing.
Muddy York Brewery.
Yeah.
In East York.
East York.
Yes, just around the corner from my place. Just found out about these guys 3 weeks ago, and they've been going for 4 years.
Huh.
1 year with the brew shop, but the brewery's been going for 4 years, and they're a 15-minute walk from my house.
Nice.
I don't know what's been wrong with me. I've been there 4 times in that 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know our Instagram has been telling that story.
So I asked them today, what should I try on the show with you, Terry? And they said, have you tried the Paper Moon? And I was honest, and I said, yes. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But what would you recommend, just in case my taste buds weren't in? Paper Moon. They say it's the shit.
I feel like I should howl.
Go on. So
Why not?
unlike last time, we're going to give you a glass to drink it out of this time.
Oh, it's high level.
Well, you know.
Thank you.
Now, we normally have a
Do I have to go with the glass?
You don't have to,
Okay.
but bypassing the pouring competition doesn't
Right.
look good on you.
Okay.
Caldwell was on, and he lost the pouring competition pretty bad.
Right.
Uh,
You should have given him the moon ones. This podcast would probably put you to sleep. I can say that. It's not me. Cheers.
Cheers.
For having me back on.
We thought the live studio audience was going to give us a hard time.
Right. Beautiful.
Oh, I like that beer, eh?
How have you missed out on this one for 4 years?
I missed out on it too, so.
quite easily. I'm finding all these breweries around are not drive-by visible. You're not going down any of the main streets and seeing a brewery very often.
Yeah, this one's.
They're all kind of tucked away in industrial areas or whatever, probably because it rent's a lot cheaper.
Right.
They do need a fair-sized building because they're actually brewing the beer in there. So unless their name pops up or online or something like that, or someone tells you about it, you're not really going to know.
This is really nice.
Yeah, I like
so
it.
I can order it online, or
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's a story. There is a story.
and we're not promoting it. This is live. It's really good.
This is what it is.
I'd howl to this anytime.
Currently, this one is only available at the brewery.
Yeah.
But they do have one in the LCBO called Gaslight. And spring, summer, they're saying, they've just been accepted for a second SKU in the LCBO. And they're putting in a IPA. Now, it's not going to be this one, but they have one coming. I said to them today that if they have one coming out spring, summer, hook me up and we'll definitely
do it.
Drink it and enjoy it and give it a go. Maybe that's when you have to come back on in between all your work activities, because you're pretty busy.
Yeah.
Busy
Maybe
man.
my hat trick too.
Right?
Yeah, there you go.
I can get a ball. You guys can give me a ball or something? No ball.
No, you get a hat.
Oh, a hat.
A hat trick.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll throw our hats.
Beautiful.
Dan might wear one for once.
Not one that I wear like
No, right? Right? Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You do? You like?
I like my IPAs, and this has it's a sweeter IPA for sure. It's got sweet flavors in it, but still has the hoppy smell and taste.
I think it has some kick too. I think it's like 6%.
Yeah, 6.5.
6.5. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
6.5. I saw that from here.
Jen, you're driving.
Deserves a round of applause.
She's shaking her head, by the way.
So what have you been up to?
I've had a fantastic break, to be honest. So we're now January 13th. So last time we saw you, it was up at the training ground. You're actually in a podcast with Bill Manning.
That's right, yep.
So that was sort of early December time, I guess. Our academy stuff wrapped up, a little bit of work with TSN, a couple Premier League shows early December, and then flew to Vancouver which was brilliant. Polished off the A license, which was a fantastic course.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Stu Neely, former, I think he was the academy director briefly, worked a little bit with TFC's the top end of the academy. He's now running the show as a top educator for Canadian soccer. He did a really good job. We had some top guest speakers. Bob Lenarduzzi spoke, John Herman was there, Kenneth, the women's national team coach, spoke. Nick Dasovich was there telling his journey and story, which was hilarious. But you could really draw a lot from the different guest speakers and the pathway that took them to where they got. So that was good. And a little bit of time on the pitch as well. Had a cool group project as well. Nice. There's 30, give or take 30 candidates, and you split up into groups of 4 or 5, and you were given a hypothetical scenario. And our group of 5 had France. They'd just come out of the group stages of the World Cup. You're now playing Panama. What would that week of preparation look like going into that knockout game? And it's never easy when you've got who won the World Cup.
Yeah, because you already know who's won it. So.
Yeah, exactly. No pressure for that hypothetical game that's never going to happen. But you sort of plan out what the week would look like, put on a training session, give a group presentation while you're kind of taking in all the content over the 9-day residency program in Vancouver. And you figure out the hierarchy amongst yourselves, who's going to be the gaffer and who's going to be picking up water bottles and cones. And it was a really good experience, and I learned a lot from the course. And then chilled out with my dad for a couple of days in Vancouver. Passed on a couple of TSN dates over Christmas. Just really took a nice break. Spent a couple of weeks in Calgary. Skied at Lake Louise. I don't know if you call it skiing, but was up at Lake Louise. Found my way down the hill. Spent some time with my brother.
So you went to the hill?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. I got down.
You went up and got down.
Yeah. So during your career, you could never ski. Insurance would never cover you. Yeah, you're not allowed. And I was never badass where I'd go do it and I'd probably break. I broke a hand on the field anyway. But so my knee, I could only turn one way, which was a bit of a problem. But again, just had a great break. I'm excited to get back at it. The academy starts full flow. The kids are back in on Monday. We've had a week already kind of preparing for that, and just really excited by the year ahead. A couple of changes, and I think that as a whole, not kind of segueing to TFC, I think the club's ready to put last year behind them and learn from it and move forward.
Well, we hope so. Yeah, because we don't want it to repeat.
Yeah, tell me what you're thinking.
We've forgotten about 2018 already. We're looking forward to 2019.
Well said, Chris. I'll talk to you for a minute.
I'm over it. I got beer.
Nice.
I'm good.
Nice.
No, I'm looking forward to it.
What are you looking forward to?
So 2018 for me, redemption.
Yeah. And the group that
going
to get an opportunity.
Give them the chance to do it because there was fatigue, injuries. I mean, they had a crazy 2.5-year run or whatever it was.
Yeah.
There was
only I'm thinking 6 or 10 weeks of full weeks off between 2017 and between the 2 years going so deep into the playoffs. We just didn't have the rest that we needed.
I always want redemption. If they've showed us once they can do it. If there's some tweaks to be done, do them. I was always on the firm belief of second chance kind of concept, and what they learned, not just the players, what the team, the organization learned from going all in on CCL and dropping initially, the first 4 or 5 games of the MLS.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that.
Exactly.
But then, how do you compete in both with a salary cap league is not easy when it comes to depth and competition you're playing. I don't know. I'm just excited for 2019.
The Red Bulls did it. The Red Bulls competed almost as deep as we did into the CONCACAF and still managed to break our regular season point record. I can't believe I said that.
I don't cheer for the Red Bulls.
I know, but they at least were able to go almost as deep as we did and still maintain a regular season berth that rivaled ours from the year
I think that's a fair point Chris makes, and I think the hierarchy and coaching staff at TFC will have looked at what the Red Bulls did and maybe draw from some of the experience and success that they had in juggling 2 competitions, and I'm sure tweaks have been made to the squad and the way they train and the way they travel and the preparation that'll go into this preseason, that they can hopefully nail 2019.
I hope so. And you know, you say New York. Well, we did get howl.
Yes, we did.
Or Ali Curtis,
Ali
you know.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he had something to do with building, because he was there not that long ago.
Yeah, so I don't really know Ali Curtis personally. I've come across him a little bit in the league. It's a small world, and I've only heard good things about him. He came into the Red Bulls with a huge book like this, and had an ideology and a way that he wanted to move the Red Bulls forward, and I thought he did a really good job of transitioning from the Rafa Marquez days and Thierry Henry and a team built around certain DPs to a team that really utilized the academy and a team that every single game in the league were competitive and brought it and was sort of built around young players coming through, and not just putting young players into the first team for the sake of it, to maybe sell them quickly, to really build the team around what they thought were quality players. And it'd be interesting to see how and what he's going to implement at TFC. I don't think he can do that right away, but I'm sure he'll look to implement some of our academy at the right time. And what we touched on it just before we started, that there's a fan base now in Toronto doesn't want to go through a transition of 3 or 4 years to get to the level of where they're competitive and close to championships. I think the fan base wants success right away, so it'll be a great challenge for them, really, and the club to kind of bring both worlds of being competitive and sexy DPs and top players like Simon, and also bringing the academy and utilizing that as well.
I read an article about the baseball of all sports. The Oakland Athletics, they built
Moneyball.
They built a team around. They built youth up through with spending money on big players. It's a different sport because MLS has its academy, so you can't. There's what?
There's no bats.
No, I know.
Terry would have gotten in a lot of trouble if there was.
There'd been a lot of pain if there was.
You know, I've got a record for yellow cards at TFC, so I think that's that would have been nice.
Even more.
Yeah.
You might have been a few reds.
Yeah, I think that I think fans. I'm a fan of TFC, and you know, and you still want to see Javinko. You still want to see world classness, and you still want to go down and just, it's that moment of magic where he brings it out of the sky and skips past someone, and that's worth your season ticket or your what you pay for that ticket for that day. But I also want to see, I think, two young Canadians coming through, and then starting to see one of your own. But I think the players in the academy have to earn the right and aren't just given opportunities because that's what your new methodology is. You're given opportunities because you're going to help the team, and as an academy coach, that turns me on. That makes me horny. You know that hopefully, and I've not met Ali Curtis, and I look forward to meeting him next week. That you know we've got an important role to play.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully we've got not only the next Alphonso Davies, sort of cut you off, Curtis, or Balou Tabla at Montreal, who's gone to Barcelona B, and we've got a conveyor belt of kids coming through that you know are going to be, you know, maybe not the nucleus of the team just yet, but are going to play key roles, not just squad players from 24 to 30 or whatever it may be.
Exactly, and Bill had said that to us during the show that we taped at the training ground that he spoke of earlier. That's what Chelsea does. Chelsea develops players from youth and sells. They want to sell players, so that is a benefit for us if we can build that, if we can develop it from an earlier age.
And just finishing on your point, Chris, I think that there's a platform now in the MLS. If you succeed and you're a quality player in this league, you can be sold for a ridiculous. The market's ridiculous right now. But
Tyler Adams was
Tyler Adams.
I think he was sent more than sold.
Yeah, he was a little bit internal going to Leipzig Red Bulls, but you know, Alphonso Davies close to 20 million, and you've got players that can. The Whitecaps were traded to watch him play and develop for 2 years under your eyes, and then now he's sold. Pulisic, another player from North America,
yes.
73 million or
That's
whatever.
a lot of money Chelsea spent on him.
Zach Steffen in net for Columbus has gone to my former club, Manchester City.
Right, yeah.
But as life in the academy, it's just brilliant. I love it. I'm learning something new every day. I'll be going into my 3rd full season this year, and there's still lots of oh fuck moments, like what just happened? That was just when they're live. But like, why did I do that? Or you're learning and all the time. But it's so rewarding, and it's as good or better than playing, and I love it. And I'm just so thankful to the club for the opportunity. Hopefully we can give Greg a hand and produce some players that's going to help the first team. And speaking of Greg, by the way, it's incredible the hours he puts in, and he's the first in, and he's still at the academy at 9 o'clock at night. And
wow.
And I'm not just saying this, and I don't think I've said it anywhere else. I was fortunate enough to play for 17 years as a player. Here's an exclusive, and probably in the last 2-3 years, I've learned more from Greg in my 17 years of play.
And you've played some places.
Yeah, I was lucky I had a good run.
Your former team at Man City.
I hope Kevin Keegan wasn't watching. I mean...
you don't play for him anymore, it's okay.
Yeah. Let it go! I need some... Ow! It's a big window. The moon howl.
No, we woke him up.
Good Greg. He knows his stuff, and he just wants what's best for TFC, for the league, and for kids. He's got a passion to make players better, and also the coaching staff as well, which is we're very fortunate in the academy. Follow that.
I was talking with someone who said pretty much the same thing about Greg as you did, which is brilliant because you said at the end there, he's also involved and lights up when it comes to the kids, like in the academies, and they said to me at the time that he actually even looked more excited. Not that he's not excited about the first team and doing what he's doing, but the joy of watching these young academy players grow and under people like yourself and the rest of the system. It's just brilliant, and that's what we want to see. We want best of both worlds, there. Like you said, we want that shiny DP.
Yeah.
At
least one.
The things Gio's done over a few years is it's worth the price of admission.
Absolutely.
But then turn around, and I want to see each possible Canadian boy grow up and excel.
How lucky are we here in Toronto that we're actually getting that? We're actually getting that in a beautiful stadium at BMO, an unbelievable training ground at BMO TG, and as a kid growing up, I never had that opportunity, even as a fan or as a young aspiring soccer player. So we're very fortunate. And
big time.
Just going on to Javinko, we saw him at the coffee shop today, and Zaza's just around the corner here, down in Yorkville, and had a smile on his face, and he's loving life here. And I thought in what was at times a difficult year last year, he was still very good.
Yeah,
he was a top player, and watching him operate at the training ground and at BMO is you're seeing a world-class player here for even your sports fan that doesn't quite get, with all due respect to all fans that come to games. How can you not be horny by watching Javinko play? How can that? It's incredible, and like you said, Dan, match that with somebody from our academy. We've got a 14-year-old Shaquille Ruddy who's just signed a USL deal. Imagine him walking out, having come through our academy, operating with Javinko. It's there's a lot of cool stuff ahead of us, and just as we all are here, lucky to seeing this before our eyes, I guess.
And that's what we want as fans of TFC and Team Canada. We want to build and develop through our city, as cool as it is to have other cities develop their players. We want it to come through our city too. we want the development to grow through our academy just as much as anywhere else in the country.
But when it's the National League, I don't care.
It doesn't matter. I
It's
agree.
the national team. You're Canadian. You're
It doesn't matter where you come from, but
And
we want it to come through.
I think you're echoing what Larry Tannenbaum saying, that the top of MLSE, and then that's why he's built that brand new, nice, shiny training ground up in Dunfield. It's we're just lucky to be a part of something, and there's a lot of hard work and graft that goes into it.
Well, thanks as always for drinking with us and talking footy.
It's been good beer.
We love it.
Yeah,
it was.
I'll go tell you what I really think. 6.5.
Well, I promised you we'd do that when we turned it off.
Oh, right.
Well, I'd say cheers, but you're gonna have to cheers, Chris, because that beer was really good and mine's gone.
I can't believe you drank it all day.
I enjoyed it. Cheers, guys. Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, you nailed that.
Yeah,
You'll be howling soon.
Woohoo!
Gotta let that go. Cool.